5 lessons from owning a multi-million pound business and my 17 years of experience. When starting out in property, the biggest mistake I made was doing lots of different strategies. Now, all strategies work, but you can't make all strategies work for you simultaneously. It's just picking one method that works really well. And the way to choose the right strategy is thinking about what's easy and accessible for you. So for example, let's say your brother is a builder, then it's going to be much easier for you to get into flipping property because you've got access to certain skills and resources that other people haven't. So let's say you've got a significant amount of money that you've got available. Maybe you sold a property, maybe it's an investment, maybe you inherited it, maybe you've got partners that are going to invest with you. Now following a certain strategy will be easier for you because you have a certain level of funds. So it's always thinking about what's going to be easier for you and picking that strategy. Second tip I would give that property is hard work. Now, if you're afraid of hard work, I'd suggest maybe property is not going to be for you. Maybe you need to pursue something else. But the rewards that you can achieve in property are absolutely phenomenal. And when we think about it in that way, and we have challenges in property, and we have those struggles, and we have those tough days, we've got to remember why we set ourselves on this path and started this journey, because we're pursuing those rewards. And when we remember why we're doing it and why it's important to us, that will help us push past and drive through this. And when I look at people, for example, in my inner circle mentoring group, and with the challenges that we try and deal with on a day-to-day basis, the ones that face the toughest challenges are the ones that often find the deals with the best rewards and then the biggest profits. Tip number 3 would be make sure you enjoy the process in terms of what you do, enjoy the journey, because it's not about a destination. Often when we get started with this, and I was the same, I'd have my head down, burrowing away, working really hard. You don't really get up to even to breathe and get some fresh air. You're just kind of going away, knocking away at it. And what you're doing is you're grafting, you're working very hard. And yes, you could work smart in some cases, but you still have to graft and put the effort in order to get the results. And you're working so hard, you don't really enjoy the process. And there's been many people that get to a certain destination and then they think, actually, was this it? I spent the last 10 years trying to get to here, because they think they're going to be happy when they arrive at that destination. But I think it's important that they're enjoying the journey before you get to the destination, so that the whole process is much more enjoyable. Now, I remember watching a video clip once of Warren Buffett talking about, look, it's really important that you enjoy what you're doing, otherwise it's a little bit like saving sex for your old age. Now, I don't know why that stuck in my mind, but when I heard that, it was so funny. And it was a case of you enjoying the process as you go along. Don't wait till the end and then you think all the fun is going to happen at the end when you've arrived at the destination. The 4th tip I would share is make sure that we're leveraging other people to be able to grow in terms of what we want to do. But the biggest mistake that we make as entrepreneurs is usually the first person that comes along that we gel with, that we connect with. We see that there's some kind of similarity there, that we just offer them the job, as opposed to really taking the time to understand, are they the right person for that role, or what we want them to achieve. So for example, if you've got a friend who you get on really well with and you're like being mates in school, and you're starting your business and they're okay with some maths work, and you say, hey, can you do my accounts? And they think, well, yeah, they could probably do it. But actually, are they the right person for that role? Is it something that they're going to enjoy doing? Is it something they're going to want to do? And are you going to get the best out of them? So having the right people around us, whether they're team members, whether they're employees, whether they're partners, having the right people around us and achieving our goals that way is so much more easier. The 5th and final tip is, and probably the most important, is be absolutely clear what methods you want to use to profit from property. So if, for example, what you're looking to do is to replace your income from your current job in order to transition into property and have an income from property in order to be able to do other things, that means you need to generate a certain amount of cash flow. So your objective is cash flow. That's what you're trying to achieve. Then it may be that what actually you're looking to do is try and build up chunks of cash and grow that pot of cash that you have. And so what you're looking to do is techniques that are going to give you cash out. So for example, when you're flipping a property, you're purchasing it, then you're renovating it, then you're putting it for sale, you're marketing it, you're waiting until that sale completes, then on completion you get your money and you get paid then. That could be 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, or a year from the point that you started. So if you're using a cash out strategy, yes, you're building up a pot of cash, but you need to have the means to be able to keep paying the bills, keep the lights on, to keep going until you get to that point. And then the 3rd method is that you're really building up something for the future. It may be you're building up something for your retirement, or maybe you're building up something for a legacy for your kids. It's not something you need right now. You don't need to spend that money now, so you can make certain investment decisions that are going to build in equity for the long term.